someone.
Damn.
Oh, shit. I wonder how many times I can get you guys to do that. One more! I don't even know what that was. Shit. Have a good night. So, Ripley is a character from a science fiction movie by the name of Alien.
Yes.
Famously played by Sigourney Weaver and is widely considered to be... Yeah, she's fantastic.
Sure, let's give it up for a fictional character.
Yeah.
Why not? Go ahead.
Yeah, an actress who isn't here.
Yay, she can't hear you.
That role was famously... So first of all, that role is famously considered one of the, if not the best science fiction or action roles for women of all time.
Yeah.
And for those of you who have not seen the movie, which, by the way, are we recording?
Yeah, that's kind of what you do.
Have we recorded one of these before? Do you put these online?
Nope.
Great. So for those of you who have or have not seen the movie Alien, great 80s movie, you should check it out. The script calls for Ripley to be a tall, handsome, cut, rugged man.
So Andrew.
This is why I keep you around.
Yeah.
Famously, Ridley Scott, who directed the movie, had prepared for this role to be just a regular, handsome man. It was going to fade away into the depths of 80s science fiction movies. Sigourney Weaver intentionally walks in, says, no, this is the role for me. She does such a good job. They switch it that day and somehow they convince the producers to let them move forward without changing a single word of the script. I hypothesize that is the reason that female role is so good, because it was written from a man's perspective for a human being.
Yes.
Not a woman.
No, I would totally...
And as soon as you have an old white man say, oh, this is a woman who's playing this role, we have specific things, checkpoints that we have to
We have to go through a certain thing. We have to make it all about the gender.
So you agree with that?
Yeah. Oh,
great.
absolutely.
Thanks so much for coming.
Great.
No, so we'd like to talk a little bit. I have some movies, some bad movies from the past that I'd really like to get into discussion about. First of all, who here has ever seen the movie Catwoman, starring Halle Berry?
Whoa!
Would you like to come up, sir, and get something for free?
You get something for free. If you sat through Catwoman, you get something for free. Look it up.
We can't give it up. Take whatever you want. We can't give you your 2 hours back.
We can take this.
So,
all right. Yeah.
So there are three movies I want to talk about. You haven't seen any of them.
No, I have not seen anyone. You somehow sat through all of them.
Yeah, this past
Which
Monday.
is a feat. Which is why you look like you just came from an insane asylum.
I also may have after. I sat through Tank Girl, which is not the worst.
Wait, who saw Tank Girl?
You already got some.
You got some. Put your goddamn hand down.
I forget your name. Would you like to get something?
She's on the program.
I know. I don't have it.
You saw Tank Girl?
No, I didn't watch it.
I don't care. Take something.
Whatever. Go put your hand down. Just take your fucking
Tank Girl isn't even that bad. Like, it's pretty good actually, but it's from about 20 years ago. And
she's taking everything.
Yeah, 20 years
ago.
That's fine.
Whatever.
Listen, what am I gonna do with it?
That's true. Nice.
So the next one is
Elektra.
Well, I think Elektra came out shortly after. So Catwoman and Elektra,
which
are all notoriously at least pretty bad. Catwoman is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's one of the worst movies ever made. No, I mean, like, there's lists. They make lists of these things, and Catwoman is on top of all of them.
It's number 2 right after, like, Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Yeah.
So I've seen these movies. You haven't. Would you like to just, like...
Yeah, so I'm curious about... No, we talked about Aliens. We talked about how you feel like... the character of Ripley was so strong because it wasn't. Is there any commonality throughout these 3 movies that you feel like maybe linked it and causes their downfall?
Yes. So we actually have not prepared this at all, but I actually wanted to talk about that.
Great. Excellent.
So Tank Girl, almost every 5 minutes, and I guess trigger warning, there's a rape threat. Almost every 5 minutes. Because the leads are dominantly female. There's the 2 main women are female. This is 1995. They didn't know what they were doing, and they're just like, oh, it's women. What are threats to women? Not what are threats to people. What are threats to women? I know, men, which is not entirely untrue.
Am I gonna go? I'm gonna go out on a limb here. villains were men?
Completely.
Get the fuck out!
I know.
Really?
I know. Good guess.
Yeah.
So there's that. I would say also Elektra's another one. The Elektra is a movie about a woman who is the second worst person at her job, and she is fighting the worst person at that job.
Nice.
So she's an assassin.
Sure.
And she takes a job to kill someone, and then gets too close to that man, and she just can't do it. So she tells her boss that he has to find her agent. I shit you not. That he has to find someone else to do it. He gets someone else to do it, and then she has to spend the rest of the movie stopping them from killing this man.
Has anyone seen the movie Elektra?
Yeah.
Who wants
Who
stuff?
wants free shit?
Just come on.
You, come on up.
Yeah.
Come on up.
Right on up.
Poetry
we got
girl,
lots
come on
of
up.
stuff.
Get up here.
Yeah.
Take
we got lots of
something.
stuff. I don't know. There's it's so bad. At the end of the movie, there's this fight scene where she's like, for no reason, changed costumes for the first time. And there's sheets. It looks like she's in like my grandmother's old house. There's sheets all over everything. And out of nowhere, so she like unrobes and she's in this like tube top. And out of nowhere, the sheets start flying and she pulls out the weapons and she's like, ah! And there's no one there.
Listen. Wait, but if you're gonna kill someone, you want a tube top because you need something that's like not gonna hinder you.
It's also red; it hides the blood.
Yeah, that's true. You gotta be able to free move.
There's also a scene where, I shit you not, she fights a child to prove to that child that she is a stronger fighter than that child. Why not?
Why not? Absolutely, yeah.
So there's that. Catwoman is just every 5 minutes. He knows. Every 5 minutes, there's just something awful. By the way, if you guys feel the need to yell something out, if there's something I've missed in the movies, and the books,
just give it out.
If I say Catwoman and you just go sucks, that's fine.
Whatever.
So yeah, it's just a sea of like cat puns. And yeah, it's like 90 minutes of Halle Berry going, that would be perfect, you know? And like there's a scene where she of course through the whole thing is just trying to balance being a Catwoman and also get a boyfriend. It's the worst.
I can't believe that failed. Like 2 hours of cat puns. I mean, sign me up.
I know, right?
Right?
Where could they have gone wrong? Oh, that's right. It's when they were like, she's a woman, right? Let's put her in a thing. Men will like that. Here's another thing. Here's an interesting statistic that I looked up before this. 47% of comic book readers are female. Not surprising to most people, probably, right? Because 50% of people are that gender. And yet somehow, comic book movies are constantly aimed at men.
Well, here's what I think. First of all, I think that most people think that a large part of the audience is male. Mm-hmm. And I think that a lot of movies try to come from a certain empathetic perspective, or coming from you write what you know. And the problem is that they're getting people who don't write what they know.
Here's where I think it comes from. I am so blessed to be in your optimism. I think it comes from this. I think it comes from.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it's empathy. I think it's like, oh, well, if we're gonna make the lead be a female, put her in something skimpy. And there's got to be a dude she's in love with, because, like, am I right?
Right.
You know,
right.
I think that's the way it goes.
Neutral.
Yeah.
What's that? Say that again.
Male as neutral.
Yes. Yeah, which is a good point. Like that, and that's
what
basically
my wife
the idea.
has been saying this whole time.
I don't know what that means. Speaking of which, there's a part of the show that we have skipped that we do every time. Has your wife listened to the podcast yet?
No, she has not.
Great.
She has said every time that she's gonna listen to it, and then she says she's gonna listen to it, and she's full of shit. She's never gonna listen to this. She, if any of you end up ever meeting my wife and you see her, don't tell her I say this, because she's got to learn on her own. Okay? If my wife is listening to this, I love you, and you're the light of my life. But you're full of shit because you're not listening to this. She listened to 15 minutes of one episode, and then she literally went.
But you were basically like, I'm downloading this.
I want you to listen to at least one episode, and she said only if you physically downloaded onto my computer. And I did that, and then she listened to 15 minutes, and she went, I mean, I get the point. That was pretty much, that was the accumulation.
Which is what I hope all of you go home and do.
Yeah,
tonight.
that was pretty much. Yeah.
So moving on, we don't have much time. I want to talk a little bit about the present and future, because we've talked a little bit about the past.
On how we can change it, on what we think will help to kind of take it. Yes.
No.
Why not?
Never.
No.
Can we be honest and just say that like a straight like white male experience isn't neutral. That
Oh,
experience
yeah,
is not
110%.
Sure, yeah. I like that.
That's the problem.
You can start from there because empathy has nothing to do with it. It has to do with white cis hetero patriarchy.
Yes.
Absolutely. So yes, there's the people who are at the top who have been fed money are those people, right?
Yeah.
They're the producers, are the old rich straight white men who are like, I want to see what I want to see. That's
what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say before.
See.
Is that the people who make the movies are coming from something that they would want to see, or something that resonates from them.
From the
it's coming
assumed
from them.
people who are going to see.
Wait, can I say something?
Yeah,
sure. Why the
always.
fuck not?
No question.
Let's go.
Okay, so the Asian American community was super pissed off when Scarlett Johansson was cast.
Ghost in the
Don't even get
Shell?
me started.
Yeah.
And so many of the Hollywood executives said, oh, but it's because in order to get enough money, to make the film, you need to cast like an A-list. No, that's bullshit. Because if you make a good movie, people are gonna go watch it. They're not gonna watch it just
If
because
there's a famous franchise, people are gonna go see it.
Here's the other thing about that is that in the film industry today, China holds more money than America does.
Yeah.
So really, if you want to cast an A-lister, cast an A-list China star.
Yeah.
That's
Here's
really what
the other thing. I would say so there's a double-edged sword to this. So yes, they're going to get a bigger opening weekend if they cast an actress that everyone knows. The hard part about that is these people have to come from somewhere. You want to make someone famous, put them in a movie.
In a movie.
In something that already has an audience.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is like okay.
Sure, no, that's a good point.
Why not?
No.
Go for it.
But it doesn't make sense. Like it's not some small indie movie either. It's like a franchise.
People
with a
know
following.
this. It's been around for 20
It's-
years.
It's bullshit.
Yes.
Basically, it's me saying that's fucking bullshit.
Have you taken something from the table yet?
Oh,
Please
Get
do.
something from the face.
So we're basically out of time, but I want to talk
Okay,
about
yeah,
Wonder
no.
Woman and Captain Marvel.
All right.
No,
No,
you're
that's
good.
fine.
You're
You're
good.
good. You're good.
So what
Yes.
can we do to change this? What needs to happen in Wonder Woman that is and Captain Marvel that is different than what we've seen previously? Especially considering Catwoman is a DC movie, Wonder Woman's a DC movie, Elektra's a Marvel movie, Captain Marvel is a Marvel movie.
Well,
so they both
right.
fucked up. How can they fix it?
First of all, Wonder Woman's a DC movie, so I'm already just writing that off. It's
Right,
just not
Zack
gonna
Snyder.
get anyway.
Yeah.
Marvel
So
CEO voted for Trump, so.
We can never watch another Marvel movie again. Please keep watching them because otherwise you won't listen to us.
yeah. All right. Well.
So
if
what do
you-
we do? Now what do we do? What do they do?
What do you and
Yeah,
I?
right, to
What are we
fix
gonna
Wonder
go
Woman.
do?
What are we gonna
do? Yeah. I have no idea. I don't
Great.
know. Yeah.
I mean, obviously the trick isn't.
Do I have
For,
to chime in again? Is that what's happening?
let me finish this thought,
Go.
and you can go.
You start with a thought, and then I'm probably gonna piggyback off of it.
So I was gonna say we obviously can't just write as though we're writing for men because the last two DC movies have been written for men,
and they're
not
god-awful.
good. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
terrible. So what is it that will fix? The Wonder Woman movie looks great. The trailer's great. However, the trailer for Man of Steel, the trailer for Batman vs Superman, and the trailer for Suicide Squad have all looked fantastic,
Yeah.
and they've just tanked.
Just shit the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So what do we do? What do we do? Well, how do we fix
Go.
these movies?
Go ahead.
More female directors. Female writers.
There you go. See, all right.
Which Marvel is doing great because we've got Jessica Jones season 2, which is all going to be
which
directed
is
by
all Marvel's Jessica Jones season 2. Every single episode is directed by a woman.
Yeah, which is
that is one thing that Wonder Woman has going for it. That it is,
Oh, yeah,
it is
same.
directed by a woman.
Yep.
And so they are trying to pair up people who are going to understand a character on a more, I think, or I don't want to say organic.
Which
but
also is weird because it's kind of pandering, right? Like, shouldn't we
kind
have
of is,
female?
yes.
Shouldn't we have female? Shouldn't we have women directors directing all sorts of movies,
Yes.
and then have male directors
Yes,
directing all sorts of movies?
yes. No, I agree with that. I'm not saying that.
No,
No,
I know,
you
I
can
know, I know,
only,
I'm not-
you know,
we're not-
male
I'm
should
just
only
yelling
direct
so
male
people can
movies.
hear me.
Sure. Yeah. You're just pandering for like cheap applause
Yeah,
right now.
basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Down with Trump, right? Yeah.
Whatever. No, but I think that when you pair up a director with a material that they can come at from a personal place, that's always going to be better. And instinctually, I think that women directing women characters are going to understand and
Sure, yeah,
come at
they're
that
gonna understand
from a
where-
better place than
Definitely.
I'm going to come at, because I'm clearly not a woman. So I don't understand.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be
No,
able to
that's
fully
valid.
understand.
No,
those.
that's certainly there are experiences that are shared, especially negative ones, by women in the modern day and
Yes.
certainly previous days.
Yeah.
That women in this day will be able to understand far better than Zack Snyder.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that like I said, I'm not saying that you can't cross-gender direct or anything like that.
No,
Obviously,
certainly.
yeah.
In a perfect world, when we had full gender equality, then we can mix.
Yeah,
and match
then you
as
can
we
mix and
please.
match as you
and
see
it
fit.
won't
But
matter.
I think for right now, you need to, for a brief period, I think you almost do need to split that. I think you do, because right now we're getting men directing material about things that they don't really get on a instinctual level or organic level.
Yeah, I get that.
And I think that's
Well, I think a
one of the
problem too,
problems.
even once we get female directors, we still have male producers who
Yeah.
are saying, hey, you, do
Yeah,
this
yeah.
thing for me.
Yeah.
So once we are able to level out payment equality
Right.
and get more female producers.
And again, Jessica Jones, the first season,
Yeah.
if you notice, created by women, written by a lot of women,
Great.
directed, it had some women directed. so
Guardians of the
getting more
Galaxy,
in-
a great Marvel movie written by a woman.
There you go.
Yeah, it's one of the best ones, certainly.
Yeah.
Who here has ever read a comic? Great, come up and take whatever's left.
Yeah, there
And
you
I
go.
think we're done.
Well, that's it, guys.
We
Thank you very
are.
much.
This is Chris Treble. I'm Andrew Dunn. We're the Media Lunch Break. Look us up on iTunes, YouTube,
SoundCloud.
We got a Patreon.
Facebook.
Google us. You'll find us. We've got cards. Please give us critique. Come up to us. Tell us what we did wrong, even if it's just, hey, dickhead, you're an idiot. Thank you.
Hey, dickhead.